understanding the butter, what are we understanding? The wild animals whom this hunter was trying to kill. What are those wild animals? We have them all over here, every place they are. Those wild animals are lust, anger, greed, infatuation, jealousy, and hatred. Hatred between people, hatred between religions, hatred between countries, hatred between people who talk two different languages. It is a matter of communication, it is not a matter for someone to fight about it. So, those kind of things are there. That's what represents in those animals. Jungle. What is this jungle? The jungle represents the fourfold mind. There are four folds in our mind. The first fold of our mind is subconscious. Subconscious is sitting somewhere inside, underneath some place. It's not saying anything, it's just sitting there. Second one is intellect. Intellect is the jnana, it's the knowledge which we have acquired day by day. That intellect has a phenomenal tendency of giving you what is called an ego. It gives you ego. You think, there's no one as good as me. Oh, there's no one who knows as much as I do. I don't know anything. When we go and say namaste to someone, all you're saying is, I am giving my salutations to that God in you and the intellect in you and the knowledge in you. That's what we do when we say namaste. It is not like shake. When they give a handshake, they say if you do a small, light handshake, they say it's not a good handshake. It should be very tight, firm. When he gives a firm handshake, it is great. That is a show of strength. Namaste is a show of humility. So, practice doing namaste to people. It's a fantastic thing. Then, the stage this particular hunter was called Suswara. Suswara is sweet voice. And the sweet voice comes with sweetness of a human being, human temperament. If you get a good sweet temperament, you have a sweet voice. The sweet voice represents the first stage of yoga. And the first stage of yoga is trying to get to that particular stage of understanding the universe. And the first stage of yoga. And for first stage of yoga, they talk so many things. And this particular hunter came from a place called Varanasi. And Varanasi is the spot between the two eyes. That is called Varanasi. That is the story, that is the significance which has come there. I'm not going to go very much deep into the yogic inferences here. The yogic inferences are multifarious. I don't have time for it. I got only 5 more minutes, even less than that. So I'm going to jump a little bit ahead and go through. All these things are mentioned in Sweta Sattvara Upanishad. In Sweta Sattvara Upanishad, they talk about the first stage. The birthplace is not. The 3 nadis, which are Ida, Pingala and Shushma, they come down and they concentrate at this particular place. And they concentrate at this point. And they help you when you get your Mooladhara chakra. From there you get the Kundalini to go up to this particular Shushma nadi. Then you get the light. They say the light, and that light is the divine light. That is the yogic principle of getting the divine light and getting over there. The Bilva leaf is one stem with 3 leaves. The 3 leaves of the Bilva tree represent the two eyes of the Shiva and the third eye of the Shiva. That is why that Bilva tree became a very important issue. The tree itself is the spine which we have got, and the start of the spine is Mooladhara, which is the roots, and he sat at the top of the thing. And he was praying Shiva with the 3-leaf Bilva thing. So those are all the things. And the 3 things represent moon, fire, and sun. Next week when I talk about Shiva, Parvati, Kalyana, I'm going to talk about Shiva. And each one of the things which he wears has a significance. We'll talk about it next week. Part 4 of this. Parvati is asked Shiva one day. This is the last story. Please tell me which one of the rituals, if a person does, you will be most satisfied and you will be blessed. At that time, Shiva said, if people observe the Shivaraatri Vrata, that is the one which, by offering me Bilva leaves, not jewels, not treasures, but Bilva leaves and water, that would be the greatest thing for me. And that is the efficacy of Shivaraatri. In Shivaraatri, when you pray to Almighty, all you need is a tree leaf and a little water, and nothing more than that. Hindu thought process, you don't have to bribe a god. That is the jnana which Shiva has given to whole of the world. And Mahashivaratri's significance is that. And that's what you do when you pray to Shiva on Mahashivaratri with the mantra which is Panchakshari. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. That is one of the fragrances which I have told you of the Hindu thought process. Next time when I get a chance, I talk here only when I am called and I get a chance to talk. And at that time, the next time I get a chance to talk, I'm going to be talking about the Shiva, Parvati, Parinayam, and there is a lot of significance in it, and we will hear that next week. Thank you.